Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Varsity Roundtable, a weekly look at high school sports in the Fox Valley area and the only live online high school sports talk show in the state. I'm Ricardo Arguello, part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team. We are here in amazing high definition at the Post Crescent, 222 West College Avenue, here on the 10th floor, downtown Appleton. And this week is our season finale. We couldn't think of a better way to go out than with a state runner-up, and that is the Freedom Girls track team. And you can see the trophy right here. Rosie, you got the shot on that, right? So that's the Freedom Girls Division II state runners-up in girls track and field. And we have two representatives from that team. Farthest over to my left, we have Megan Alexander. Megan, say hi to everyone. There we go. Directly to her right, we have Grace Hambel. Grace, there we go. Yeah, both of them are on board to talk about what a crazy time they had over there in La Crosse at the WIAA State track and field meet. But before we start, I want to let everyone know that we are interactive. So if you see a chat application, if you're watching it on your desktop or your tablet, maybe even on your phone, if you scroll down a little bit, you should see that chat application. Log in, give yourself a name. Make sure it's something they know, no goofy names here, okay? And then we'll get those questions over to the girls right away. We got Brett Christopherson handling all that live chat stuff. He's behind the Dell computer. Don't forget about Jim Rosandick punching buttons behind the live stream machine. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's adjusting cameras, but like I do before every show. And I know it's summertime, and summertime's fun and stuff. Guys, no asking for numbers. Nothing like that. This is just about girls track and field. That's it. So we want to make sure we get that all squared away. Sorry, girls. I'm hurting your game. The game, as the kids say, right? So sorry about that. But let's start with some introduction. Now, Megan has been on our show before as a basketball representative of Freedom, but we're going to let you do it again, too, because we want to find out what events that you actually participate in tracks in girls track. So go ahead, Megan. Let everyone know the events that you participate in and how you got into throwing those events.
I do shot put and discus, and I just decided to go out for it freshman year. I quit softball and was like, let's try and throw a heavy ball.
That was really the first time that you've ever even done anything? Wow, look at that. Okay. All right. Grace, your turn here. Let everyone know the events that you participated in and how you got into track. Go ahead.
I was in the 400, 200, and 4x4, and I kind of just knew I was fast since I was little, I guess is the best way to put it. And then I ran middle school track.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I really like this, and then
that's
the rest is history.
That's how simple it is for both of them. So again, if you have any questions over there, be sure to log in and ask those questions. Give yourself a name that everyone knows, though. We also have a couple other members of the track team. I just want to give them a shout out too. We have Lydia Merrick. Look at them right there. Lydia Merrick. She's a freshman. Lydia, raise your hand. Come on, Lydia. There we go. Lauren Weinberg. Lauren. Yay. And then directly to her, Lucy Sadler. She's a junior. Lauren's a freshman, and so is Lydia. So thank you, girls, for coming here and showing support for a team that finished as a Division II state runner-up. And how do you feel about that? You know, I was over in La Crosse, and I know I guess the expectation was to win the D2 championship, but does it feel pretty good? You're bringing home this, and for the third year in a row, you're bringing home hardware. Megan, what do you think about that? It eventually comes down to just bringing home something like this to put on the trophy case, isn't it?
Yeah. We knew we had a shot at getting a trophy, and I think that we were satisfied bringing home either trophy. And so I think that it was just a really good way to wrap up a really great season and an even better career and time with the Freedom Track program.
Okay. Grace, how about for you?
I think we knew going in it was going to be tough. There was 4 teams that were going in and any one of us could have brought it home. We had some things that didn't go our way, and we had some things that did go our way. And I think it just all came down to the 4x4 at the end, which I think was for me personally at least, was the best way to go out. But like Megan said, I'm just happy that we ended again with a trophy. And so Megan and I, all 3 of our years have ended with one, which is just, I couldn't have asked for a better way to end it.
Now let's run down how you ladies finished. I know in the 4x4 took second, right? How did you do also in the 400 and the 200, Grace?
So the 400 I got 4th, and the 200 I got 7th.
Okay. And for Megan, I know you took second. Was it in the shot? The discus. How'd you do in the shot?
Shot it into 9th, so I made finals. And then
Okay, good stuff. Now, I got to ask you the personal stuff. I mean, we'll start here with Grace. Did you feel like you did how you thought you would going in?
I thought I'd do a little bit better, but I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed in my 400. I am a little bit in my 200 just
Okay.
because 7th is the first spot not on the podium.
Yeah.
So that one stings a little.
Okay.
But oh wow, that's a picture.
Yep, that's you. There you go.
I'm happy with our 4x4. I knew it was going to be a tough race just because Shorewood, the team that won, had a great group of girls. But yeah, I'm satisfied, I guess, is the best way to put it.
And the same question for you, Megan, on that. I mean, taking second, that's a great finish. I think you said 9th, so you're in the top 10 there in the shot. So how would you, I guess if you had to grade it, how would you feel like you did?
I actually feel pretty good about it,
Okay.
especially my shot put. I know I didn't score, but I was seated 15th.
Okay.
So like I outperformed. So I think that was really awesome. And then nice picture. And then for disc, I knew the top 3 spots were anyone's game. There's like 4 of us kind of going for it, and 2 of us were pretty solidly up there.
Yeah.
So I just needed to go do kind of what I know I can do, and I did that. So I'm very satisfied with how I performed.
Again, Megan Alexander, Grace Hambel of Freedom Division 2 state runners-up, girls track and field. Rosie, you had the shot of Megan in the rain. Can you put that one back up if you could, Rosie? And I want to ask you this, and I know I asked you that there, and Grace, we'll talk about the running events in this too. How much, look, it was a beautiful day that Friday. I mean, that was perfect. That's exactly what you want at the state track meet. Then you went to what? It was like the low 60s. It was rainy and crummy. Look at this. Look at your throwing in the rain there. How was that from a discus standpoint? You're spinning around. I mean, how would you? Was that tough to do?
Yeah, a lot of throwing is very technical.
Yeah.
I mean, it's strength, but it's very much technique, and disc is especially. And I think that with the ring being slippery, like your footing kind of got off
Right.
a little bit. So there's a couple throws where I did slip, and it didn't go very well. So, my last throw was the one where I needed to put it out there, and so I think that dealing with the elements was a challenge, but a couple of us were able to do it, and it was.
In that respect, is it the mental game that kind of has to come through in that one?
It is. I think you just have to trust yourself. You can't if you walk into that circle and be like, oh no, I might slip, then it's game over.
Now, as a runner, does that affect you in the same way, or is it a different feeling, or does it affect you at all, Grace?
I mean, not really. It didn't, at least on Saturday, times-wise.
Okay.
It's not awesome to
No,
run in the
right.
rain just
Yeah.
because you're running as fast as you can and kind of getting hit with it. But the only thing that is kind of worrisome when we're running in the rain is relays.
Okay.
Because the baton's slippery, but thankfully it was pretty, what I remember at least, dry enough that none of us had any issues with the baton.
Okay.
But I kind of like running in the rain because you're not so hot.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Again, here with Freedom Girls Track and Field. Again, Megan Alexander, Grace Hambel. Brett, did you have? Okay,
I got a
let's switch
few.
it to Cyber World. What do you have for us, Brett?
Let's start with, I'm going to butcher this last name, Carmen Wazalowski. Am I saying that right? Wazalowski.
Wazalowski.
Was a lot.
Coach Vanderloop
That
told me
must be. Is that
Wazalowski.
relation to Lizzie?
Yeah,
That is.
Oh, it is Lizzie. Okay.
Lizzie even told me that, and I still can't get her
Okay.
last name right. So anyway, it's for Megan. Who is the best person you have ever played Fortnite with?
Okay.
Lizzie.
Okay.
We almost took a dub today, actually.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
third.
All right.
Slipped out from under us.
Oh yeah. Okay. Does she have anything else, Brett?
Another one from Hard Rocker Fan wants to know for each your favorite moment this track season.
Okay. There we go. Starting that off. Let's start with Grace and finish up with Megan. Your favorite moment.
Oh, I'm first. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it was when I broke the school record in
Okay.
the 400.
The 400. Well, give us the time. What's the?
57.54.
Okay. How afterwards did you know that was the run that did it? You felt good, huh?
Well, I actually lost that race by over a second, so I kind of
Okay.
got done, and I was like, oh wow, that didn't go. And then I looked up at the scoreboard because I had it there.
Yeah.
And I was, oh my gosh, I
Okay.
just broke it.
All right.
So it was kind of like a wave of emotion, but it was definitely looking back my favorite memory, just because that's been my goal for so long.
Okay. Okay. How about for you, Megan?
My favorite thing about track is hanging out with everyone, especially our little thrower gang. We just have
Okay.
a special bond.
All right.
But one moment that really sticks out is when we were eating at an Italian restaurant before the Madison meet, and Grace and I were sitting by each other, and we were just in a different mood that day, and she spilt like oil all over me.
Oh, the oil that they give you at the table.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
all over my
That
sweatshirt.
oil.
My sweatshirt's like ruined.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't get that out. That's kind
No,
of
We tried.
but we were laughing. It was funny. I'm not mad at her.
okay. All right, see that good stuff. Brett, you have something else?
Let's do this from Thrower for Megan. A good question here. Did you train with the Fox Valley Throws Club? Because there's a lot of really good throwers
Yes.
in the Fox Valley who do so.
Yeah.
I did. I've been to Fox Valley Throws Club. I went last year before the season, and then also this year. So I would do the winter spring sessions on Sunday nights. And
Okay.
they really did a lot for me,
Okay.
technique wise.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, a lot of
You got the Hortonville kid who won, right?
Hortonville,
The Little Shit
just
kid who won.
fantastic
and, yeah.
work that they do there. It might be a story in the
Kimberly
future for me,
kids that are,
as well. So, Brett, you got something
Let's
else?
do one more from Lizzie again, even though it says Carmen.
Okay.
For Megan, interesting question here. Megan, what is your favorite squishmallow
Oh my god.
that you have? I'm not even sure what that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either.
It's like a stuffed animal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I have like a little obsession with it. It's kind of weird, but
Okay.
probably my OG Fiona.
Fiona.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a little owl. I don't
Okay.
know.
All
It's
right,
kind of
cool
weird.
stuff. And Grace, do you participate in the squish?
I have like 3.
Okay. Do you
I
have a
don't
favorite
really
though?
have well, I like the littler one that's like this big because it's a
The
pillow. But then we have really big ones that are
Okay.
like huge.
We
And
bought
then I
them
have a little
together
one.
at Costco.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Hey, Brett, maybe a future gift idea, huh?
Never thought we would talk about
No,
squishmallows.
no, exactly. You had something? Did you have something else? Or I can go?
Nothing. Just keep the questions coming.
Yeah,
Good chats.
absolutely. Again, here with Freedom Girls Track and Field athletes, Megan Alexander, Grace Hambel. If you have any questions, please log into that live chat. And if we have any of our freshmen and junior, if any of you have a question, look at them over there. Look at them. They can't wait. Look at them. Let them ask a question. If you want to, raise your hand. We'll get you on camera and asking that question. You know, the program has been at an elite level now. Well, both you and the boys bringing home hardware 3 of the last 4 years. Do you feel like these younger athletes coming up, they're going to keep that tradition going? I mean, you guys have set a pretty nice bar here. You know, what, a state championship and 2 runners-up. I mean, in the last 4 years. Well, the 1 year you couldn't because it was COVID. So we'll go to Megan there on that. What do you think? Is that something that the bar has been set? Now the other kids now the freshmen and the junior, they got to, keep pace.
I think that the bar is set very high, but we have high standards, and I think that a lot of the younger kids know that, and
Okay.
they will exceed our expectations. I have no doubt in that. A lot of the freshmen were a part of the team this year, and I think they kind of know what it takes, and I think they all have the work ethic and grit to get there.
Okay, Grace?
Well, she pretty much said it all.
Okay.
But, like, I feel like our points at all of our meets this year were really well dispersed
Okay.
across, like, seniors and all the way down to freshmen. So that's always promising because you're not losing, like, your best people
Right.
that score all your points, so they can just keep going with it, and hopefully I also don't have any doubt in my mind that they'll succeed. I think I just said that really wrong.
That's fine. You're doing great. Hey, the WIAA State meet. Now listen. It's one of my favorite things to do. For those who have been there, what's that experience like? How nuts is it? How crazy is it? The weather never seems to cooperate back-to-back days. It's always great one day, horrible next, or horrible both days. But what can you tell me about that experience like? It's a zoo. Outside of maybe state wrestling, I think it has the most, spectators there. So, Grace, what's that been like? If you're talking to someone who's never been there, how would you describe it to that person?
It's overwhelming at first. I feel like every year I've been there, though, it kind of feels, I don't want to say smaller and smaller, but that's the best way to describe it. Like, my freshman year when I got there, I was, like, sweating just walking around
Okay.
because there's so many people here watching. And then my junior year, I was like, okay, I've been here before, you know what it's like. And this year, I was just like, just go out, do your thing. If you've never been there before, it's really special.
Yeah.
I've gone to, like, I watched basketball, and I've gone to wrestling, and I ran at cross country state. It's just different.
Yeah.
Like, it's just different than the rest of them. There's thousands of people watching.
Right, and that was going to be my next question. When
Yeah.
you run the 200, the 400, and obviously the 100 is right there, right in front of the crowd. What's that like, hearing that, or do you block that all out?
Well, the 400, when you're coming down the home stretch, you're just kind of in so much pain, you just don't really
Okay,
hear
gotcha.
anything.
Right. Okay.
But you hear it. Like,
Yeah.
if somebody says your name, or especially an I run past, like, Freedom always has a section.
Yes, they do.
And when you
I know
run-
exactly where that section is, right?
Yeah, when you run past it, it just gets louder.
Yeah.
So that's fun, but yeah, it's special.
Okay. Okay. How about for you, Megan? How would you describe that state experience?
Yeah, it's different than any other meet we go to.
Okay.
Obviously, the amount of people and just the whole, atmosphere of it is pretty remarkable. Obviously, throwing we don't get as much spectators.
Yeah, and I'll say this: they moved it, Brett. Remember where it was? They
Put
moved
a new
it.
building there, right?
Yeah, they moved it. I think is it past the Discus actually? I'm not sure where it is, but
No.
it's a ways away now.
It's like north side of the.
Yeah,
complex
yeah.
now,
And I don't want to say that it's tough to get to, but it's you don't have the big crowd watching. What's that like?
Honestly, it's kind of better.
Okay, all right.
But it's still just being there, and that atmosphere is pretty awesome. And
Okay.
one of the best parts for me is watching my teammates run and compete.
Okay, all right, great stuff. Brett, did you have something
State
from online?
track's the best, right, Ricardo? It's
Absolutely.
a unbelievable experience. Let's do a few more here. Hard Rocker fan back. Can you talk about what Coach Finster has you do when you break a school or conference record?
That's great. Yeah. So, what does he have you do, Grace?
He writes on a legit record, and we break it on the school, the side of
You
the
mean like an
school.
LP, like the old black
Yeah.
discs? Wow.
He writes the old record, then we break that, and then he gives us a record with our time and the meet and date and stuff.
That's
cool.
Very cool.
I like that.
Oh, we have a question here. Rosie, can you switch it to the girls over on the side there? Okay, this is Lucy Sadler Jr. Lucy, what's your question? Shout it out.
How do you guys feel about being so known in the track community?
Ooh,
Good question.
known. Yes, that means you're having a lot of success.
I don't know.
Does that put a target on your back, Megan?
Yeah, it's kind of surreal to think about. I think it definitely does. People are like, oh, that's so and so.
Yeah.
They're good. I want to take them down. I
Grace,
think-
we've been, and both
does.
Megan, you and Grace, we have been writing your name down. I don't know how many, it's been 4 years. So, I mean, is that kind of thing? Well, I would say that you probably know the other girls in the conference really
That's
well.
what I was gonna
It's
say.
very, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a fan of a lot of girls I run against.
Okay.
I watch their times, and so I guess I don't really think of it
Okay.
oh my gosh, they know who I am, because I know who they are.
Okay, all right, good stuff. Great question. You had something else,
This,
Brett?
this is a good follow-up, I think, from
Okay.
Go Irish. Another interesting question. Is it time to put freedom in the conversation with schools like Kimberly as far as overall athletic success?
Yes.
Right? Freedom is good in a lot of things.
May,
right
may
now.
I give my
Please do
my,
so.
my thoughts on that? And Brett, you and I have talked about this. We always considered freedom, athlete for athlete, enrollment size, the equal of Kimberly. Am I
They're
right?
right up there,
that's
yeah.
that's how we see you. You know what I mean? Because obviously Kimberly has 1,400 kids. You guys, I forgot what your enrollment is, but
600.
you look at your state teams, your athletes. I know we consider you guys that way. How do you guys think about it that way? I mean, you feel like you guys don't get no respect. Is that what it is?
I don't think we don't get
Okay.
respect. I feel like, at least in the track and now girls basketball, you guys in the past 4 years have been here.
Yeah.
I've been to state twice.
Okay.
People know, and they're like, oh, freedom's good. People from other schools, I feel like, are like, oh, we don't
Especially
want to play freedom.
in the area.
Yeah.
Area. I don't know about statewide.
Okay.
I mean, statewide, everyone knows who Kimberly is, right? I don't know. I remember, when we were at the Madison meet, someone was like, "Where's Freedom? Are you guys a D2?"
Ooh.
They're like,
did you
are
tell
you
them? Did you
even
tell them?
good?
Did you
No,
tell them where
they
you're
were
from?
They're like, "Are you guys a small school?" And I was like, "Yeah." They had
Okay.
no
No
idea.
idea.
So it's interesting to me because we've had so much success, but I think we
Well,
do get the respect around this area.
The
for
track
sure.
community knows who you are. When we go to the state track meet, when I talk to the journalists, they're always talking because they have to cover schools your size. They always know you girls
Yeah.
are in the competing for that state title. I think Freedom's right up there.
I mean, every season they're doing something state level,
Well,
right?
yeah,
So-
and I think for the longest time, Freedom was kind of known as a wrestling school,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? But I don't think that's the case anymore.
they're
I
known
think,
as overall.
cross country, track, basketball,
Cross-
softball. Is that the
Softball right
state
now,
meet?
state,
Yeah.
yeah.
So good. That's an interesting question, though. I'm glad that was asked. Hey, Brett, I wanted to talk about Coach Finster, but we'll do that after the break because I got to do my promos here. We got to pay the bills, all right? So let's take it 30. First off, are you ladies Packer fans? I know, Megan, I asked you that before, and you still are? All right. So someday you'll see the light. How about for you, Grace?
Yeah.
Can't stand them.
Do you
Hate
think
the
she
Packers.
just changed in the last few weeks or something?
Yeah, I thought so. Maybe she would have seen the light, but no, I can't stand them. Bears fan. But I co-host the Packers show with that guy right over there, Brett Christopherson. Jim Rosandick helps produce it. We don't know yet our host yet?
Can't say it.
Okay, we have secured one. Last year was Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who's now with the Chiefs. And who was the other guy? Oh,
Alan Lazard, who is-
Alan, if you're watching, sorry about that.
He's doing some goofy stuff right now. He hasn't signed.
Yeah, I know he hasn't, but he will. But yeah, every Monday, 6:30 p.m. starting late in August, and everyone's invited. It's free. Come on down to the Hilton, right?
Right over here.
Right
downtown,
across the street at the
Valley
Peeper
Hotel.
Valley Hotel. Inside is a Clubhouse Sports Grill, and that's where the show's located. You get to meet all your favorite Packers, get to boo me. It's a whole lot of fun. So every Monday, 6:30 p.m. That starts up again late August. 14th season we're doing that, right, Brett?
That's true. That's a long
300
time.
We've had 300 episodes of that. Twitter. Megan, you can hand out your Twitter account if you want.
At Alexander Megan with an underscore.
Don't forget the underscore comes at the end
Yep.
of that. I was just finding it on my Twitter. How about for you, Grace?
Mine's just Grace Hambel.
Okay, that's easy. Okay, me, I'm at Ricardo DeLeon, DeLian. Brett's at PC Brettsy. Rosie's at Metal Rosie. Okay, and someone asked what DeLeon, that's my middle name. So I had to do it because there's other people with my names. Believe
Your
it or
Twitter
not.
got hacked.
Yeah, because I got hacked, so now I'm getting all my followers back, hopefully. So please follow me. Ladies, end of the show, we got shout-outs, okay? So please remember who you're going to send some love out to, okay? And I would be remiss, Brett, if I didn't do our promos, right? So let's start with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Look at this right here. Look at this. Looks good on me, don't it? But anyway, yeah. Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, they customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family owned for 20 years. They have the skills, experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available now. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or email, electronic mail, Coonies0922 at sbcglobal.net. And our subscription deal, Brett, is it a year for $9.99 still?
Still is. That's a great
12
deal.
months, $9.99. You get all this great content, and we're working real hard to give you the best there is around. So, that includes all of our USA Today Network sites, right? For the next 12 months, you can get all those benefits. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, mobile devices every day. The e-edition, that's a digital replica of the print edition. That's also included. Learn more about that and other details. Sign up for that digital subscription at postcrescent.com/subscribe. Okay. Coach Finster. What can you tell me about Coach? And like I was talking to you, Megan, about Vanderloop, I don't want to hear that Finster's a good coach. I know he's a good coach. I want to hear what kind of quirky things does he do that maybe he doesn't want, and it doesn't want to be released to the public, but that's always fun. So I see Grace is already thinking of something.
Do you know that Applebee's has smoothies?
I had no idea.
Applebee's has smoothies?
Yep. Well, so we got Applebee's on Friday night of state track.
Okay.
Just when we got home, and he probably said 100 times leading up to it that Applebee's has fruit smoothies.
Wow, I
So
didn't
we
even
just
know that.
it's kind of just a joke now, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mr. Smoothie.
Yeah.
Megan, anything?
He's might be the biggest statistician
Okay.
guy. Like anything, he just puts it into like some sort of spreadsheet. Numbers. It's all. So we know everything about kind of everyone. Like,
Okay.
and I think it's really cool, honestly. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really detailed. Oh, that's why, it helps to be as a coach and being prepared as you
Yeah.
can. Brett, what do you got from online?
Well, let's talk about Coach a little bit from Hard Rocker Fan. What's Coach Finster's favorite game?
oh yeah, he has a game room.
You girls know? Oh, he has game.
I feel like
Yeah,
he
that's
never
one of his quirks, for sure.
he didn't really talk about them.
No.
Maybe he was interested in Catan.
Oh, we're talking about like board games he has?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like he has like a whole like room in his house of
Yeah.
board games.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What did you say, Lydia?
He talks about Catan and geometry.
Yeah.
Catan and geometry.
Catan.
That's a very cerebral game. That's not, for
It's a good
for
game.
beginners, it sounds pretty tough. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
game.
Okay. You have something else, Brett?
Yeah, let's do this. Again, Hard Rocker Fan, do you have a favorite competitor and in what event?
Okay, here we go. You can't say a teammate. We're talking about outside your team. Favorite competitor.
Grace Hambel and shot put. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I did throw a shot once, actually. Fun fact for everyone.
Yeah, and how'd you do?
I was coming for Megan's spot, but they just stopped putting me in it. So
Okay,
I don't
good.
really
Woo,
know.
Megan, right?
Yeah.
Woo, that would have been close.
It's a nail biter.
Okay.
I have a few. I guess my friend Haley from Wisconsin Dells, Haley Anchor.
Okay.
We've just ran against each other all my years, at state in the 400,
Mhm.
and then like recently in this year, I've come to know Eliza Atkin from West Depew really
Okay.
well, and then Reese Rogowski from Whitney
Sure.
Brynwood. We
Yep.
talked a lot at state, so I have a lot. I really like to talk before my races.
That's great
so.
stuff. See, and it sounds to me like it's not a competitive where you're like, it sounds like it's a pretty friendly rivalry with
Yeah.
some of these runners, right?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Well, Megan, how about for you and the throwers? Is that also a friendly thing, or is it a
Yeah.
little more hard edge?
I'd say my favorite person to compete against is Taylor Theory from
Sure.
Luxembourg Castle.
Yeah, yeah.
We've kind of gotten to know each other just
Okay.
from playing each other in basketball for like 4 years, and then now this year we were really closely matched in
Okay.
throwing. So
Okay.
we kind of talked at all the meets, and I got to know our coach well. So we just kind of have a little thrower bond, competitor bond. I don't know.
Wait, I have one more.
Okay, go ahead, Grace. It's okay. go
Joey
ahead.
Perry from Winter
Oh, sure.
County.
Yep, she was one of my athletes to watch. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, I don't have it.
No, great athlete for Joey. She's just a junior too, I think.
Yeah.
Brett, do you have something else?
Hard Rocker fan, have you started the new workouts from your college trainers yet? So maybe now's the time to talk about
Well,
college
yeah, and
plans,
this is,
right?
and if you don't mind, Grace, we can start with Megan because you're leaving, right?
Well, I'm just going out there for a week.
Oh, okay. I
But
thought you were going there out
no.
to stay there. But have you started the program for you? By the way, let everyone know where you're going to college. We'll talk about that too.
I'm going to South Dakota School of Mines.
Yeah. Okay.
I've started the workout program. They're a lot higher reps than I'm used to, so
Okay.
a little bit extra sore lately. But
Okay.
they're good.
Now, shot put and discus, kind of a no-brainer. But were you thinking of doing the other things they have? Like, is it the hammer throw they got there too, or are those just the two things you're doing?
I'm actually not planning on throwing.
Oh, you're not. Oh, you're
No.
playing the basketball. My bad. I thought you were doing that and track and
Yeah,
field.
so I'm actually doing basketball and golf.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll decide to lace up my throwing shoes a couple more times, but as
Okay.
of now, not in the cards.
Wow. So golf and basketball, and very impressive. How about for you, Grace?
I'm going to Minnesota State Mankato.
Hmm?
And I have not started them. I don't have to start till July,
Okay.
and I'm not going to start until July.
Okay.
Because our season's 36 weeks long during the school year, and that's a long time to do track.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just take my month off and just relax a little bit before
Okay.
it starts up.
Good idea. Brett, you have something else from online?
Let's do this. Go Irish again for Megan. Again, it says, we were just talking about this before the show. What did it mean to you to win Girls Athlete of the Year at the high school award show?
Yeah, congratulations on that. Big moment for you. What was that like?
It was pretty surreal. I think all three candidates were really good picks.
Right.
And I think we all had like accolades to line them up, and they were valid choices. So to be named among all of the athletes kind of in this area and central Wisconsin was pretty remarkable, and just kind of reassuring for myself that kind of what I do, like sports that's my jam, so
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Well, we really wanted to hear from you, but you didn't give a speech.
Yeah, no one else did. Otherwise I would've.
Okay. Brett, we might have to make that mandatory from at least
We'll
the
work on that next
the boys and girls
Yeah.
athletes of the year. You have another question? If not, I have some.
This says, Coach, can we ask Lydia what her favorite flavor of
Yeah.
gummy bear is?
Lydia, get it back on
There we
them. Pineapple? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Coach, for letting us. I got to get some camera time on the two freshmen and a junior that are here in support. You have something
Another
else,
one
Brett?
came in, Roll Irish for Meg. It says, what made you choose South Dakota? It is so far away from home.
Yeah,
With an
and-
exclamation point.
Excuse me. We were talking about that before the show came on. So kind of give people a general idea of where that is and how it's very close to some very cool places.
Yeah, it's in Rapid City, so it's about a 12-hour drive straight across I-90.
Mm-hmm.
It's 30 minutes away from Mount Rushmore and like 35 minutes from the Badlands. So it's in the Black Hills. Really cool area.
Yeah. So did that have it being kind of out there? Did that kind of have an appeal to you in that way?
Yes and no. My major was very specific, so
Okay.
it was very like kind of my search was narrow.
Okay.
And the outdoor area really, I love the outdoors,
Right.
so it was definitely a contributing factor.
So what if you don't mind me asking, what's the degree that you look to major in?
Right now it's chemical engineering.
Okay. Very cool. How about for you, Grace? Or you don't have to answer that. I mean, you have a bunch of time here to choose.
No,
but-
it's psychology. It just sounds like not as intense as Megan. But I want to go on and do like clinical studies.
Okay.
So
Great stuff. And those questions are great, Brett.
Great questions,
From online.
and-
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
I got to do a couple of mine, then we'll go back to online. And maybe if the girls over here, they've been doing a great job over here, they have a question, let us know. Ritual superstitions. We did this, Megan, for you. Do you have specific different ones, or maybe different ones for shot and disc too, or?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not a very superstitious person, but every time before I throw, I like tap my foot and do like little twinkle fingers. I don't know.
Okay.
kinda
Now, when
weird.
did you start doing that? Was that sometime recent, or?
Yeah. I always like tap my foot.
Okay.
Ever since I started throwing, but then
Okay.
the twinkle fingers were a new addition this year.
Okay, nice. How about for you, Grace? Do you do anything specific to get ready?
I just have like the same routine that I do before I get into my blocks every time that I've done since freshman year. But I kind of learned that the less superstitious and like
Okay.
the less rituals I have, the better I do, because if one of the things that I do
Okay.
before doesn't happen, it'll just throw off my whole day. So
Gotcha.
I just tried to limit those.
Okay, all right. Well said, well said.
It's true.
Brett, did you have something from online?
I do not. Last call for questions.
Yes, last call for questions. And we kind of talked about this a little bit, but do you have advice for those younger athletes? We're talking about that earlier, how you're bringing kind of like these athletes along, set the bar for them, but would you give them any specific advice in terms of how to handle success and how to improve and things like that? We'll start here with Grace and go to Megan.
Just kind of, I guess everyone tells them to like take it all in, but don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, because then you just feel like you've let people down, let yourself down. You know that every time you get in the blocks to start a race or whatever you do, not just running, like you're gonna try your best, you're gonna put the most effort forward that you can, and just to kind of go into everything lightly. I mean, still dedicate yourself to the sport, obviously, but like, we have a successful program. We have our coach is awesome. Like his program is gonna work year after year.
Right.
And if you just trust that and trust the process, you'll continue to see success and just have fun, because it's so fun.
Fantastic. Well said. Megan, what are your thoughts on that?
I think just truly enjoy the moment. Track is a sport where you're going to be doing multiple events, and so if you are dwelling on what happened in your last event, maybe
Okay.
it didn't go well, you just have to have a short memory. It's like basketball or next play mentality. It's the same idea for track. So I think that's a really big thing that everyone should kind of focus on.
Well said. Very well said. Brett, do you have something from
I do
online?
not.
Okay. Last question. You ladies don't have anything else? Okay. That looks like it. I was going to say most memorable moment. Now, this is for any sport. It doesn't necessarily have to be track, but of your whole athletic career up to this point. So you can go back into the youth days, something like that. Anything kind of stick out for you? We'll start over there with Megan.
I don't know if it's like a specific moment, but like the most memorable thing I'll have coming out of high school sports is all the relationships that I've created, and like sports is where I found some of my best friends and my like biggest mentors in life. So I think that's one of the most memorable things. Yeah.
Okay. How about for you, Grace?
Okay, mine's not as sentimental, but now I feel like it has to be sentimental, but it's
Sorry.
not. It's when we, like last year.
Okay.
I feel like the whole track season was kind of just so special, because like my sophomore year was canceled because of
Right.
COVID. And then last year we just came back like stronger. We went and like we won the Kimberly meet. We won these huge meets, and really
Yeah.
it was like, this is a real deal. Like
Right.
this is a good team. And then the end of the state meet when we won the 4x4, and I was the anchor, which was so cool. It was just so cool, like crossing the finish line and just being like,
Right.
oh, we just won. And then knowing that one of our girls in disc was the state favorite, and she did win, and
Yeah.
that just kind of sealed the deal. Our best events were the last two, and it was just so, I don't know, it was just so special. And then to have the state trophy after like getting runner-up my freshman year, not
Yeah.
having a season, it just felt like every minute of hard work we put in paid off.
Right, that's Grace Hambel and Megan Alexander of Freedom Girls Track and Field. And hey, that's the Division II State Runner-Up Trophy. 3 trophies these ladies accounted for in track and field. I want to thank you both for being on the show and being in our season finale. We couldn't think of a better way to end it. So thank you, Megan, and thank you, Grace. Hey, Rosie, get it. Quit looking at your shoes and get it back over here on the 3 girls. We want to thank them also for being here. Lydia Merrick, Lauren Weinberg. Did I say that right, Lauren?
Yep.
Okay, and then Lucy Sadler. hopefully maybe we'll see you on the roundtable couch here maybe next year or in years to come. But I want to thank everyone for this whole season. You guys have been doing a great job. Thank you for watching. Well, now it's time for shout-outs, though. Our final shout-outs of the season. And I always start farthest to my left. It's always on you, Megan. So come on now. Send some shout-outs.
Okay. My friends, Carmen, Fortnite partner for life. My family, my mom, and all my coaches.
Okay. Okay. Grace?
I'd probably say my coaches and my family too, and also the softball team because they're leaving for state tomorrow.
Okay.
So I can bring home another trophy to put in the trophy
Okay.
case.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, great. Great. Well said. Thank you, ladies, again for being on the show. Thank you, Megan, for being on here twice. Again, folks, look for the, how many seasons are we here on the roundtable? We can't even remember.
Boy.
It's 14 or 15, 13 or 14, something
think it
like
was
that.
like 08,
Start up.
09.
We're going to start up again late August, maybe early September. So look for us back here again on the Varsity Roundtable. Thank you to all the athletes who took time out of their busy schedules, who had to put up with the COVID and the masks and all that stuff. This is the format of the show, hopefully, that we'll have from now on, more of a talk show format. So thank you all for, taking time out of your busy schedules and helping us out here on the Varsity Roundtable. Until late August, everyone, thank you again to Megan Alexander, Grace Hambel, and all the Freedom Girls Track and Field team. Everyone, we'll see you back here again late August. Thank you to Brett. Thank you to Rosie. Everyone, have a great summer. See you back here again for another season of the Varsity Roundtable.